Yeah. Welcome, Lesley. Welcome back.
Welcome, thank you. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome, everyone. We get to experience the beautiful Lesley again with her wisdom and her guidance. Today, we're talking about the 5 essential tools that enable us, that help us, assist us, uplift us, things that from your wisdom toolkit that can help us be the best version of ourselves.
Well, my number one tip would be meditation. And like literally, it saved my life. Had I not gone there, I don't know whether I'd be here today had I not listened to myself, because meditation for me was, you might have heard if you've listened to the recording that Dorinda did earlier, and how I got into this. God sent me to meditation classes. And like literally, he sent me to meditation classes, and thank God, literally, I listened, and he showed me a sign on this newspaper, like way back then, and I saw this orange light light up, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what is, there is not normally orange, colour in newspapers. So I looked at it, and there was these Sri Chinmoy classes, free ones that was being held up at the university, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to check this out, so that was my sign, and I went and I checked it out, and I haven't looked back since. And that would be, for me, my lifesaver, basically. And I will always go back to meditation. I will always advocate, to people to meditate when you're working through things. And it's, meditation too comes in many forms. It's not always just about sitting there for like hours and hours on end. And that does help. That's one, way of meditating, or one, different, modalities, and that do that, and monks sit there for days on end sometimes. But for me, that wasn't going to happen. So I found with the Sri Chinmoy, that was really a really good starter. And listening to music, I mean, there are things on YouTube that people have put up there. So, and often I will scroll through YouTube and find something in there to like that will resonate with me. Meditation could be, another form of meditation is going for a walk and being, in that space, mindful that we are going for a walk, first of all. So, not listening or flicking through your your phone, listening to music and that sort of thing, because it's about like centering and focusing. So being in the moment of what your intention is to go out there and do is meditate when you're going for your walk, if that's of course what your intention is. But that is another form, to doing that. I love to go to the bush and go back into nature, and just be in that moment. If I'm on my own, and just look at all the flowers and the leaves and the trees and the bark and even the water and everything like that, just to bring me back and center to myself. So I'm, in this nice space, so I can hear all the truth of what I need to know, and declutter all the stuff that's in my mind. So that's my number one thing that I would suggest that you look into is meditation. And there are different, like I say, different forms of meditation that you can do with different, different types of. There's different Buddhism, varieties out there anyway, as well. So, and yoga would be the next one, in some sort of bring it into yoga. I'm like putting those two together in a bundle, because they kind of, for me, go one on one when I'm doing my yoga, or my version of yoga. I'm not like a hard out yoga person, but but the stretching and just being in that, that mindfulness and bringing that focus and that concentration back to me, is really, really helpful, which is for me part of my meditation that I like to do with that one.
I like how you said that stands out. Concentration back to me.
Yeah.
That stands out, because that's what you're doing, right? You're getting on that, you're doing that yoga, and you're bringing your concentration back into your body and into your breath and into your mind. Yeah.
And, and with that, because with the yoga and the meditation, that's why I bring it together, because it's all about breath. breathing, being conscious of our breathing as well, and as we're moving and through life as well, because we don't breathe properly. We've not been taught to breathe properly in this generation, I think, in the Western world. We're always in a rush. So it's that's really, those two are probably my go-to things, especially the meditation. And now again, more so the yoga. I kind of packed it up for a while, but it's come back more into my life even more. And it's made a difference to my mood. I'm a nicer Lesley when I meditate, put it that way. And so all round, I think that's, the meditation has helped me in many, many ways, really. It's just to get me out of my funny little, place when I get a little bit frustrated and irritated at times. Not so much nowadays because I have different tools and I've been worked on myself. So that's where the meditation helps too. It helps us to work on our inner self, and once again, like Darren said, like we were talking about before, is to bringing us back to ourselves, back to me and the truth, basically. So the other, tip then, what I like to do is what I started doing, many years ago, even before my late partner passed away, was, tell people that you love them, especially your loved ones. I think that's really, really powerful. And I think in society, we don't, we haven't been brought up a lot to just be freely say that, because of a generation. It's kind of been pushed down. So, and when my kids were born, I actually started to tell everybody that I love them, even my brothers and my sisters, and they looked at me because, because I had this epiphany moment, and, for me, when my daughter was born, it was that she was the most precious thing. I mean, I couldn't believe that I'm a mother, and this precious little baby, energy needed me. So it kind of brought out a nicer side of me again, and learning how to love. And I remember my late partner, because he'd never had that experience, of people saying that he loved him, with his family. So it's kind of yep, okay. So that started it with me. And I must say that I kind of let that go a bit, in between, for a little while, just got out of that funk of that. And then I started getting back into it again. And thank God I did, because that's around about the time when my late partner passed away. And there was, everything was and I started saying it again. And and that's kind of where I'm going with that, is making sure that you tell people, especially your loved ones, that you love them no matter what, even if they don't respond with an I love you back. It's kind of, for me, that is a really powerful moment when we can honestly, lovingly, wanting, not needing, but wanting to, just say I love you to everyone if you want,
That's beautiful, Lesley. That's really beautiful. Yeah, I can feel that right in my heart when you say that. I can feel that. Oh, that's, it's sort of like the heart behind the heart.
Absolutely. I love the way you say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I could feel how you said that when you said that. It's just like boom, boom. It's like vibrating right back. And when we do that, we just emanate out this energy of love everywhere. And, and the more we say it, and the more and also it's about saying it to yourself as well. I love you to yourself.
Yeah.
And sometimes even me, I don't say that often enough, I don't think, now that I'm talking about it. And, we need to look in the mirror every now and then and just say, I love you. And it's just because you can. There's doesn't need to be a reason or a rhyme for it. It's just because you can. And you do love yourself. And I love the way, how Louise Hay, talked about, I love and approve of myself. And I'm just going to go into that too, because reading books, reading new things, learning new things is the next thing I wanted, an essential tip that I like, is to learn new things, learn new modalities, new art, something new, even if it is something, even astrology. You'll be drawn, I feel, just taking it from my own experience, I never thought if, I'd be into astrology way back then, but then, astrology, me, and it's like, wow. So, and it's the more I got into this side of things, the more I wanted to learn. And I have learned many things over the years, but I still like to learn something new or do something different, and and that's really cool, because there are still some modalities that I would like to learn, and it will just bring into add to my kete of knowledge that I have already to expand. And also things change in our lives, so and we need to change as well. So sometimes we need to bring in something new just to like zhuzh up our energy and get our brain working again, you know.
Yeah, I like that new word.
Energy.
I like that word you've got, that zhuzh.
I know, I can't stop saying it now.
I know, I love it. It's like this, it sort of makes me think of a beautiful drink or some beautiful, I'm going to taste it as well, zhuzh up. It sort of feels like it's magical. Yeah, I like that. Zhuzh.
As you say that, yes, it feels even more magical now because you've just put that energy out there and expanded it.
Zhuzh.
Zhuzh up.
I don't know how to spell that. Oh, that's wonderful. So I've got number 4, reading new things and opening up to it.
And food.
Food,
you know?
number 5.
Food, yeah. That's something like, like watching what being mindful about what you put in your body. That's something that I've learned over the years more so, is being, when our body is like telling us not to eat something, and it's like we need to change it, is to listen to it. And I have to say I've had to kick myself up the backside a couple of times, and just to because I think, well, I shouldn't, I need to switch around what I'm eating. For instance, like dairy products. Especially milk. If I don't drink a lot of that anymore because my body just does not like it. So I've switched to drinking like almond milk or coconut milk or, or rice milk or something else, things like that. But I will still have milk, and other things, but it's just minimizing it. So it's not necessarily that we have to cut everything right out. For some abuse, yes, it may be, but it's about, just being mindful and watching what we do put in our bodies at the end of the day. The other thing that I was about food is using, I see food for me as a way of connecting with people and enjoying it as well. Enjoy your food. I liked, some people probably, be a little bit irked about that, but I love sharing food with people in conversation, and at meal times, even outside of Christmas as well, or special times. It's just because we can. So let's spirit. Oh, okay, they're coming through. They're just saying let's create. Every time we eat a meal and we want to share it with people, is a special time, is a celebration as well, and just connecting because me and food. Yeah, you know what
That's
I mean?
Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Special time and celebration every time we're sharing food.
Yeah. And just connecting with people and having conversation, because that's where Spirit are leading me to. With that is the food part. Is they're jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
Is remembering that when it's conversation around the table, because our world is so chaotic at times. We're always rushing here, there, and everywhere. We don't sit down together as often as we probably could to share a meal and to converse without any distractions or interruptions. And it's it's more than making an appointment, to meet with people. It's just let's just do this because we can. Switching that mind frame around, that mindset.
It's like this. It's a sacredness with it, isn't there?
Yes,
a sacredness with eating, a sacredness with sharing our energy. We're being here and now with each other, and we're nurturing our bodies, and we're connecting with each other at the same time. There's such a beautiful sacredness that, that it's always been a thing in families, right? To sit around the table and to share a meal. And like you said, not just in Christmas and special times. Anytime we sit down, even with one person.
Absolutely. And I feel that for me, I've become more appreciative of that now, because I live on my own, now, and I do my family are around me, but I'm on my own more so and everything than anything. So when I do sit down and have a meal with people, I like to be more in the moment, and appreciate that time that we have together to share a food together and converse. It's another awesome time to just be in that sacred space, like you say. And that's what it is creating it as a sacred time.
Well, that's a wonderful place to end on number 5 now. Food.
Yeah.
I was a little bit surprised you said that, but I'm happily, beautifully surprised. That's beautiful. Thank you, Lesley. Thank you so much for your wisdom and these beautiful 5 essential tools. really, really will impact us all and everyone that gets to watch this. Thank
Cool.
you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.